Item 10, Code of Conduct. The Town Council is invited to comment upon the revised standards procedure for dealing with Code of Conduct complaints. Closing date for comments is 7th of October 2016. Comments from the floor, please.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I've read through the document, and there are a couple of things that I think we could suggest should be included. That members that wear two hats, i.e. county and parish, that any action labelled against them should apply to both authorities. And a second one, for serious complaints, members would be suspended during the investigation.
Any other comments?
I second that.
I think you've got to define serious. Can't you put serious complaints? What's a serious complaint? It's quite a big statement. It's subjective. Sorry?
To be determined by the standards authority.
I'm a little bit concerned when you say serious complaint and suspend. Is this a legislative or is this an internal rule?
This is for Herefordshire Council.
Yeah, I know. But Herefordshire Council put this forward, and are they going with legislation or in-house? It's their desire, not government, in other words, as simple as I can put it. Because to suspend somebody, and who decides what's serious? You know? I mean, I need to know what do they mean by serious.
Councillor Roberts.
I believe that this is their new arrangements for code of conduct, which they are recommending to parish councils to take on board as well, although it's a recommendation, not a diktat, so it will be up to us. Is it 1st November when this comes into play, isn't it? When it comes into play, we will, I think, have to make a decision whether we, as a parish council, take it on board and have the same references to it.
Right. I understand it.
Councillor Hartley.
Reluctant as I am to contradict Councillor Roberts, in our standing orders we have any complaints raised against councillors on the parish council determined by the county council. It's not an option. They are offering us the opportunity to comment on this, which will be the procedure by which we have any complaints that are raised against councillors in the future.
That's what I said.
So it's not a choice that we have. Our standing orders say that that is what happens. And so now we are being given the opportunity to comment on how Herefordshire Council will handle complaints. And when they adopt that change in their procedure, any complaints against councillors here, which are handled according to our standing orders, will be handled according to this set of instructions. Good.
Yeah. Yes, but I think don't want to understand. Yeah. My reading on this was that Hereford is going to use this, that they're only recommending to the parish councils that we follow this as well. Not that it was set in stone that we had to, but you know, if Council Harvey knows different, then I'll accept that.
Chairman. We're asked to comment, and I've just suggested that we add 2 new comments. Of course, Herefordshire Council can dismiss them, but I think they should be included. I don't know what the rest of the meeting thinks, but I think they should be included and they should go forward. But Herefordshire Council can have the decision to dismiss them or not. It's not set in stone.
Councillor Warrington.
Thank you. Well, with regard to those 2 points, then I echo the question, what is serious? You know, what is serious to one person isn't necessarily the same to another, and it's not for us to make that call. The second, the proposal that anything that applies to a double-hatted councillor is therefore automatically applies to them with both hats on, is actually potentially rather dangerous. You may have 2 hats. Some things you have both of them on. Some you have one of them on, and whatever the complaint is, it has to be considered in the context in which that complaint arises.
When I received this, I looked to see where it came from. There's nothing on this to actually identify where this has originated. I assume it is Herefordshire Council because there's references to them, but there's nothing in the actual document itself to identify where it is. That's a concern that I have. I find the wording a bit poor. There are spelling errors. It is poorly written. I think it needs revision in many ways. There's language in it which I don't like particularly, which I think is very not very definite language. There's reference to the information access team. There's no definition of what this access team is going to be, who's going to make it up. There's no definition about independent examiner in this as well. I object to one thing in it, is that there's no right of appeal. It's referred to on both occasions. No right of appeal. I think that is totally wrong. There should be a right of appeal for a person has a complaint made against them. That's comments that I would particularly make.
Well, that's one. A very valid point, this right of appeal, because as far as I understand, I've looked it up, and it's common law to have a right of appeal. So why are they putting themselves above the law? I think this is a very, very sore point with a lot of us. We're not allowed to appeal. It's not democratic. It's not very modern either. I know it's nothing to do with you, Chair.
Any more comments?
You just are Hereford actually going to do this, or are they asking opinion consultation? I mean, is this Hereford's said they're actually going to job? I was led to believe that this starts on the 1st November.
That's correct, yes.
They actually spoke to somebody who was about it. They are actually going to do it, so whatever we say, that's totally academic, isn't it? Yeah.
Asking for opinions, which they may or may not use.
Yeah, my understanding is that it's been to Cabinet and it's intended to adopt this at Herefordshire Council on the 1st of November. So if the council has any comments that wants to feed in, then
It's academic if they've already set the process in motion then, isn't it?
Well, no, it isn't. Cabinet made this up, but full council has to ratify it. Therefore, we can still inform the process up to the point where full council does that. So, once again, there's not a lot of time, but there is some. And now's our chance. Groundhog Day, isn't it?
Can we please vote on the suggestions? Will we include them or not?
Can we do them, sorry, can we do them individually?
Yes.
yeah.
Can we do them?
Right. Okay. Councillor Barnes put forward a proposal that for dual-hatted members, any sanctions, was it sanctions? Actions should apply to across both authorities. Do that one first.
All those in favour?
Does it run a second?
A seconder? Yeah, yeah, you did.
Okay, you do second.
All those in favour?
7, 9,
Against?
6.
Abstaining?
That's a comment that will go forward. during the investigation. I don't know whether you wanted to add on that would be determined by Herefordshire Council. I would suggest at some point. Yeah.
Is there a seconder for that?
I seconded that.
Oh, you seconded that. All those in favour? Against?
Yes, the Councillor Francis raised some comments about the document being poorly written, no definition, and no right of appeal. I don't know whether that ended up as the same one.
I'll second, if Councillor Francis is in favour of a right to appeal, I'll second that.
All those in favour?
This is just voting on the appeal bit, not the commenting on the way it's written. Or is it all three?
No,
It's all three, even though they're not
they're
separate
separate things.
things. They're totally separate.
Critiquing grammar.
Surely right of
No,
appeal.
I love doing it, but
Surely right of appeal is quite a fundamental human right. It being poorly written is important, but it's not the same. I want to vote for one, but I don't want to vote for the other. So I'd like them separate, please.
All right, then vote for appeal.
Thank you.
I think saying it's poorly written is a comment rather than
Yeah, these are
I
just
think
comments.
that's
These aren't
okay.
just
I
comments.
agree.
What you're going to do, go and beat them up.
These aren't just comments.
Set the grammar Nazis on them.
Can we go on, please, and vote on the right to appeal? All those in favour?
And do you want to say the comments about it being poorly written?
No, that's my observations.
Just an observation.
We had a professional.
Moving on to item 11,